Thank you for having me here at your offices.
Thank you, John. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. I've gotten to walk through, meet a few of the executives here at Telesphere, got a tour of the offices. I got to spend some time with Sanjay, who's the CTO, and a few of the other executives on Clark's team. A key theme that we've been talking through here is the cloud, what the cloud means, what it's good for, and how the folks here at Telesphere have been doing something new with their approach to the cloud. So before we dive into those specific details, Clark, I'd love for you to explain to our viewers, what is the true business value that Telesphere is bringing to your customers, either through the channel or direct?
And I appreciate that. Telesphere's been around 12 years, has spent over $52 million, really an unprecedented amount, to build what we look at as an unparalleled offering, both for our distribution partners or indirect channel partners, as well as for the end users. And it's we have a network that's nationwide, MPLS network. We have cloud platforms or POPs throughout the country, 12 POPs that have all these cloud platform servers and content in them. And so we provide to users anywhere in the country, and especially our sweet spot being multi-location. Any customer anywhere in the country, no matter how many offices they have, can receive cloud communications from Telesphere, and it goes from voice services to video services to data services to security, firewalls, about every service that you'd want to receive from the cloud. We put in a total bundled solution and offer it to you no matter where you reside geographically.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's been so much said, so much ambiguity, so much fear, uncertainty, doubt, all those words that go along with it around the cloud. And I also think that there's been a lot of marketing hype around the cloud out there. And it's gotten to a point for enterprises where they look at this stuff and say, okay, is this organization really a cloud player, or have they taken some legacy technology and wrapped a cloud bow around it to try to make it look good? One of the things I've been learning here with Telesphere is that it is a interesting new architectural approach to business communications. Do me a favor and in 30 seconds or so, explain to our viewers what the cloud means to Telesphere.
Cloud for us is the ability to take solutions that were primarily before only offered to customers through having to purchase hardware to solve those solutions, to being content in the cloud, and then integrating that different content into solutions and offerings that the power of the cloud is bringing things that never really could be combined before, combining them to make solutions that really never existed before.
One of the questions that I was asking Clark earlier, and I want to bring it up again here, is where the challenges are for Telesphere when they're working with a customer, and what happens when somebody says, no, we're not going with Telesphere. And I think and I'm going to try to paraphrase, and I'd like you to spend a moment on this, but what Clark had talked about was really the architectural reality of moving to a cloud-based solution versus an on-premise solution. And I think that is true for what the cloud means, because it's architecturally a different way of thinking about communications. In my mind, it offers great scale, significantly more flexibility, and more agility to an enterprise in a business. But would love to have you elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, to us, there's almost different stages of the cloud, right? We've evangelized the cloud now. We've been around 12 years saying the cloud is where it's at, and for about 7, 8 years that it's been, who cares, and it hasn't been too exciting. Now all of a sudden, cloud's almost overused, and everyone talks about their cloud offering. And to us, really, it is that content in the cloud. It is the ability to scale, like you mentioned. And what's happening now is we see so much development happening from the developer level on cloud-based services, because they know it's instantly available, just like an app on your iPhone, to millions of users across the country through all these different service providers using these hosted platforms, versus having to be certified on specific different types of hardware-based offerings. And so the speed to market is accelerating dramatically. And then it also works with all devices. So the real power of the cloud, I think, going forward is to bring your own device, and as future businesses being able to really just be compatible. Here's our offering. This service combines all the things we need, takes care of our community of business users so we can all talk together the way we want, and everyone can use it on whatever device they choose as an end user for their company.
Well, and I think that bring your own device issue has been a hot one lately, right? A lot of people have been talking about this. Realistically, many enterprises, many businesses and such have started to break those walls down and told their users, bring in whatever device you're actually utilizing, and we'll give you access to our network. Through the cloud, that becomes significantly easier, right? But what about security? How do you actually manage security in a bring your own device environment?
That's a good question. I think Telesphere is a little different than most providers out there. Our services are built for businesses who want to have that security and that privatization. Almost all of our customers are on a private circuit from Telesphere. It's our routers on both ends. It's our core network throughout the country. So we have a lot of control over that transmission of that data service, whether those data packets be voice or video, whatever it might be. We control that from end to end down to that end device. I think in our world, the only part of it that's actually not under our own control is that wireless last piece. If it's on their own Wi-Fi in their office, or it might be, and that's up to their own internal IT staff to make sure their own Wi-Fi is secure. But the rest of it on our network and in our business is all controlled by us, and it's all secure connections through a private network.
Great. Well, I think these guys at Telesphere are doing some pretty interesting stuff. I would pay more attention to them if I were in your shoes. I'm going to be spending more time here with Clark talking about some other issues. A follow-up to this video will likely include more of a description of the operational center behind what Telesphere is doing. I learned some pretty interesting things today about the customer customization that could be taking place, the customer management and the workflow of how some of the solutions from Telesphere are being applied within small, medium, and large-scale enterprises. And I'll look forward to more details on that. Clark, thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, John.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.